Thank you. Welcome to Economic Development and Equity Subcommittee. Today is September 28th, 2021. I will be calling this meeting to order. Is there any call to the public?
Madam Chair, there are no calls to the public this morning.
Thank you. I am now moving to minutes of the meetings. Do I have a motion for the minutes of the Workforce and Economic Development Subcommittee on June 23rd, 2021? I don't know if we have everybody, we have new members on the committee. So Deb, could you make the motion?
Would be happy to make that motion. Move to approve.
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. We are on consent action. I would like to pull item number 3 out. Is there a motion for item 2?
I will move to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Motion carries. We are now to item 3. If somebody could please come and speak to item 3, that'll be great.
Chairwoman Pastor and members of the subcommittee, we have Christine Mackey, who's joining us here at the table to discuss item number 3, which is calendar year 2022 Downtown Enhanced Municipal Services Work Plan and Budget. Also joining her are Joseph McEwen and Zandon Keating. And I'll turn it over to Chris. Thank you.
Good morning, Madam Chair. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have on the Enhanced Municipal Services District budget for 2022-23.
Chairwoman Pastor.
Yes.
May I go?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Chris, can you give me a little bit more background on the Enhanced Municipal Services District and what it has done over the over 3 decades that it's been in place?
Madam Chair, Councilmember O'Brien, I'd be honored to. So the Enhanced Municipal Services District has been in place here in downtown Phoenix since 1990. It was requested and put in place by property owners in 1990 with the desire to see more than basic city services that we would provide in this area to draw interest in redevelopment, to draw interest in attracting to their properties, to draw events and programming, safety, beautification within downtown Phoenix. The City of Phoenix did work with the group that wanted to create the Enhanced Municipal Services District, and it was formed in 1990. Since that time, an organization called Downtown Phoenix Partnership has overseen the district for the City of Phoenix. That is an organization that is made up of the property owners and businesses in downtown Phoenix. So I think what's important as you look at the budget before you today, and as the members of the Downtown Phoenix Partnership, these are the entities that have willingly moved forward with the budget to see items that they'd like to see accomplished in downtown Phoenix, such as additional events, marketing for downtown Phoenix, our streets beautification, our safety and security enhancements that are done here in downtown Phoenix in order to really maximize the development and their businesses that you see here. So that organization has been in place for 30 years. It is now under the Downtown Phoenix Inc., which kind of oversees the umbrella organization for all the Central City of Phoenix organizations. But again, it is something that's been in place to really enhance downtown Phoenix, the beautification of downtown Phoenix. But the board members that create the budget and set the tax assessment for the EMSD are the property owners.
Thank you, Chris. And do all the property owners have a say as part of Downtown Phoenix Inc. or the Downtown Phoenix Partnership?
Madam Chair, Councilwoman O'Brien. So there is all of the property owners in downtown Phoenix are, by state statute, are noticed of this budget and of this property tax that will be added each and every year. It is publicly posted within the city of Phoenix. The meetings where Downtown Phoenix Partnership will be hearing these items are publicly noticed to all of the property owners that are within that area. So while the board is not a board that's made up completely of all of the property owners, just because it's a limited size of board and we're fortunate that we have significant numbers of properties in downtown Phoenix, they are all intimately involved and noticed with proper information and have adequate time to talk to the board and to the city. And we've not received any complaints on this from any property owner.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Councilwoman O'Brien.
Those are all my questions, Chairwoman.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to move item number 3?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those not in favor, please say nay. Motion carries. We are on information and discussion. Item 4 has been postponed to October. And I believe, item 5 has been postponed to October, so has item 4. Amber is ill. And so we move to item 6, discussion and possible action. Item 6, fiscal year 2021-2022 Bioscience Healthcare Strategic Initiative. Thank you.
Chairwoman Pastor and subcommittee members, on item number 6, we have Christine Mackey here with us, our Community and Economic Development Director, as well as Claudia Whitehead, who is a Program Manager in CED. And I'll turn it over to Chris.
Thank you, Ginger. Councilwoman, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, we are here today to talk with you about our annual Biosciences Strategic Initiative. We will be sharing with you information on the previous approval that we received from you for the 2021 year and looking forward to the 21-22 year. As you know, our biosciences activities are one of our strongest programs that we work on here in the city of Phoenix. And over the last 4 years, we have seen a tremendous amount of impact, both with our biosciences activities and our hospital activities, in growth, in new companies, in new life-changing medicines that are being really initiated and discovered here in Phoenix. With me today is Claudia Whitehead. Claudia is the program manager over our biosciences and healthcare strategic initiatives with our economic development department. And Claudia is going to walk through our outcomes from last year and into this next year. And we have just a little bit of a technical issue here. We'll move forward with our biosciences initiative in just one moment. But again, excited to talk with you about all of the great outcomes from our 2021 activities with our biosciences. And we are just about there. There we go. So again, as I said, Madam Chair, with me today is Claudia Whitehead, our program manager for biosciences and healthcare strategic initiatives. Claudia?
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. Phoenix's Bioscience Healthcare Strategic Initiative is designed to attract and retain both companies and talent to Phoenix to strengthen and grow the industry. With a focus in these areas: research and development, entrepreneurs, precision medicine, healthcare delivery, education, and the initiative has built off the successful Phoenix's Hot branding to add and promote Phoenix's Bio. And you can now go to phoenixsbio.com for detailed information about the industry in Phoenix. As a result of your leadership, the growth in Phoenix's life sciences was recognized last year. Phoenix is now ranked 5th in the nation among emerging life science markets.
And Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, just to put that in perspective for you, the city of Phoenix, really all of Arizona, didn't really enter into the biosciences arena until the early 2000s. Phoenix, of course, bringing in TGen in 2006. And it was really interesting. I was part of the Biosciences Committee when it was first formed here in Arizona. And we were really patted on our heads by the more sophisticated markets across the country saying, aren't you all just cute, trying to crack into something we've been doing for 100 years. Fast forward to just 15 years later, and Phoenix is now in the top 5 emerging markets in the entire country. As Claudia said, I really think that speaks volumes to your leadership and your focus on this critical initiative and these quality jobs.
And a cornerstone of the initiative is bringing these strengths together to showcase Phoenix at the world's largest annual gathering of bio leaders at the Bio International Convention that was held in June this year. For the second year in a row, it was a virtual conference with more than 6,200 attendees from 55 countries participating. And under your leadership, Phoenix continues to grow its presence at Bio International. This year, our numbers included a delegation made up of 31 leaders from Phoenix companies and organizations who held more than 350 meetings, identifying more than 75 opportunities for collaboration, partnerships, leads, and investment for their companies. And staff is working with 8 prospects as they evaluate expanding their engagement in Phoenix. And as you know, it can take 2 to 4 years to develop a relationship with a company as they evaluate their growth strategy. And last year, one of our companies was actually being courted by other cities as they considered their options for growth. Fortunately, OncoMix Therapeutics, a company you know well, chose to continue its growth in Phoenix on the Phoenix Biomedical Campus due to your leadership on this initiative and Phoenix's commitment to supporting the ecosystem.
Madam Chair, if you would indulge me for just a moment, I'd like a chance to publicly thank you personally for this one. You and the mayor spent a lot of time with this company as they were being courted by other markets around the country to really show them why the Phoenix family was the place that they wanted to stay. And this is a company that is integral in a cancer therapy that is moving into revolutionary status in its research and development. So I know that we ask a lot of our city council, and I know you're always so committed to working with our economic development prospects, but in this instance, Councilwoman Pastor, we wanted to make sure that you knew and were acknowledged for the hard work you put with Steve at OncoMix and the meetings and the events that you had with him to ensure that they stayed here in Phoenix. So from economic development, thank you for that one.
And three Phoenix companies pitched on the global stage as Startup Stadium finalists, and we'll talk a little bit more about them in just a moment. There were 4 live presentations at Bio, and one was featuring the city of Phoenix, the city's Phoenix Biomedical Campus, and 2 Phoenix companies, the Translational Genomics Research Institute, TGen, and OncoMix Therapeutics. And via a comprehensive multimedia communication strategy, the city of Phoenix received more than 1.2 million email and web impressions, with more details on that in a moment as well. But first, we would like to share with you our amazing and largest bio delegation to date. These companies and organizations served as champions for Phoenix's growing innovative ecosystem during their meetings with bio leaders at the conference. There were several referrals to staff from the delegation to learn more about opportunities for growth in Phoenix. Not only did were they able to meet with others around the globe during the Bio International Conference, but they were also able to forge closer relationships and more partnerships amongst themselves as well. So it serves to strengthen both internally, but then also externally to convene and connect with the global bioecosystem. And as mentioned before, Phoenix deployed a comprehensive multimedia communication strategy of telling the Phoenix bioscience story. And a few examples of these were 3 Phoenix ads were featured on the Bio event website for each of the 3 months leading up to the conference. Each ad featured a hyperlink to the Phoenix's Bio or the Phoenix Biomedical Campus websites, depending on the month. And then this shows the cover of the Phoenix Biomedical Campus brochure that was part of the marketing collateral designed for digital and print distribution. There was also a Phoenix Bio overview profile that was used as well. Also, 2 amazing videos were produced and debuted at the conference, one for the Phoenix Biomedical Campus and the other for Phoenix's Bio. This frame, its snapshot, highlights Phoenix's growth of $3.2 billion in capital investment in more than 5 million square feet of primary facilities, creating more than 8,000 jobs since 2019 here in Phoenix. And social media also played an integral part in the communication strategy. And this is an example of a retweet by the Bio Convention Twitter account for Startup Stadium, resharing a tweet by a member of the Phoenix delegation. Phoenix also had a featured blog entitled Phoenix Innovators Driving Translational Discovery on the Bio website. And this had multiple embedded links to key companies and organizations that were highlighted in the feature, and it also still is posted on the Bio website. And Phoenix was also included in more than 50 bio conference emails alongside international bio company giants such as Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer. And as mentioned earlier, once again, Phoenix had 3 companies chosen as finalists for competing at Startup Stadium. Only 17 companies were chosen as finalists this year, when normally there are 30 finalists chosen. This demonstrates the strength of our early-stage companies, with having 3 of the 17 finalists being from Phoenix. And it also showcases their diversity in technology, with one company representing wearable technology, the other drug therapeutic development, and the third precision medicine for animal health. They were also featured in a great story in the Phoenix Business Journal, and Bio International promoted the city of Phoenix at Startup Stadium via social media posts. Another cornerstone of the strategic initiative is the membership with the Arizona Bioindustry Association, or as it is often referred to as AZ Bio. It is Arizona's only statewide biomedical organization, providing a unified voice for key bio-related issues, hosting numerous educational events and networking opportunities. It provides high visibility opportunities for Phoenix and our bio ecosystem. In fact, this year, although the AZ Bio Awards will be celebrated virtually, a portion of our Phoenix's Bio video will be featured in three broadcasts of the Celebrating Life and Science in Arizona on ABC 15 and CW 61 on October 3rd and 8th, and will then be available for viewing on the internet. Phoenix's membership also includes being a part of Arizona Business Magazine's annual supplement focused on the biosciences for AZ Bio. This year, Phoenix shares a 2-page advertising spread with Wexford Science and Technology, highlighting bio in Phoenix. And with that, Madam Chair, I'm going to turn the presentation back over to Christine Mackey.
Thank you, Claudia. Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, as we look at opportunities for funding and implementing our strategy this year, as we did last year, staff would recommend that we attend Bio 2022 in San Diego as a great opportunity to engage with the as Claudia mentioned, the 6,000 attendees that were there from this last year. While the last 2 years have been virtual, this year is expected to move back to in-person. Our participation, we need to purchase a booth this year with new graphics. Making connection for our Phoenix companies, advertising and marketing are really key to the strategy that you have worked so hard with us to put in place and are really the pillars of why we've seen such success in Phoenix. I think the most important thing that we do is we take, as Claudia shared, 31 companies with us. It's not just Phoenix talking about why this is so important, but it's our companies telling other companies what they see here and looking for those partnerships. As with last year, you'll remember it also includes our AZ Bio membership to a $15,000 number, which provides us the educational events, our advocacy, and our connection to local biosciences companies, venture capitalists, other investors, but that voice in biosciences. The total, as we did with last year, we are asking for $105,000. It does not come out of the general fund. It is funded out of our genomics fund, which comes out of revenue created off of the Phoenix Biomedical Campus. I do think it's important to note, though, that we do solicit financial participation from our universities and from our companies that attend the Bio Trade Show with us. So as an example, while you approved $105,000 this last year for our biosciences strategy, we only ended up spending about $73,000 because of modifications we made and additional participation and in-kind that we received. So with that, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, staff would recommend this subcommittee move forward our biosciences strategic initiative for 21-22 to the City Council, and we would be happy to take any questions you might have.
Councilwoman Stark.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to compliment staff on all the great work they have been doing, as well as you, Madam Chair. I think it is important that we participate in the convention. Maybe, Madam Chair, you and I can go and staff the booth like we did at the ULI Trends Day. But I kid. I do think it's important, and I certainly support this. And if you need a motion, I'm prepared to make a motion.
Is there anyone else that has questions? Councilwoman O'Brien?
No questions. I'm good. Thank you.
Councilwoman Ansari?
No questions for me either.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilwoman Stark, would you like to make a motion?
Yes, ma'am, I would. I move to approve the request for $105,000, and that would include going to the convention and paying for the membership.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. I do want to say that I did spend a lot of time with Uncle Mix and the group to encourage them to stay or be here, part of our bioscience healthcare strategy. And the good thing was that we were talking about cancer. I don't know if it's a good thing, but I knew a lot about it, and so we could speak on that. I could speak on that subject. So there's a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any nays? Motion carries. Councilwoman Stark, can you carry item 7? I have a conflict.
I will be happy to, and I believe the presenters are already at the table. So if we can take item 7, Maricopa County Colleges Foundation Collide Arizona Events Programming Sponsorship.
Yes, thank you, Councilwoman Stark, members of the subcommittee. We're excited to be here today to talk to you about this opportunity in a partnership with Maricopa Community Colleges Foundation. As you know, Claudia Whitehead, who is here with me again, our program manager over our biosciences and healthcare strategic initiatives. She and I have traveled quite a bit as we look at recruiting biosciences and healthcare companies into Arizona. One of the programs that we have seen that we thought had particular merit to it and had great engagement with the community is a program that's known as Venture Cafe that functions in can't get the words out, St. Louis and Philadelphia and Baltimore, and continues to grow. As we saw Venture Cafe in action, it provides an opportunity to really bring individuals together to showcase all that's going on in the community, but more importantly, to provide a platform and a mechanism by which businesses, entrepreneurs, and just our community members can get together and talk about how to move their businesses forward and looking at opportunities. Claudia Whitehead is going to provide us a full overview of the sponsorship opportunity and what Phoenix would get out of that opportunity. Claudia?
Great. Thank you, Chris. And good morning, Councilwoman Stark and members of the subcommittee. And yes, what is Collide Arizona? Collide is a collaborative initiative modeled after successful Venture Cafe programs, as Chris had mentioned, that take place in other Wexford science and technology innovative communities. Venture Cafe's mantra is inclusiveness. That has served to strengthen the innovation districts and growth of entrepreneurship and collaborations in their respective communities, such as Baltimore, St. Louis, and others that Chris had mentioned. And as with Venture Cafe, Collide is inclusive, and it is made up of a community that champions innovation. With free weekly events, Collide's no cost to attend events serve to eliminate barriers that can prevent marginalized groups from full participation in the community, and to strengthen equity, diversity, and inclusion across all sectors for Phoenix residents. It also supports Phoenix's Bioscience Healthcare Strategic Initiative with the activation of the Phoenix Biomedical Campus, with the weekly events taking place at 850 PBC. The Phoenix Biomedical Campus will become the convening hub of innovators in the community. Each week will feature curated, meaningful events that connect, inspire, and foster collaborations among the attendees or members, connecting innovators to make things happen, support of one another's goals, to take positive action. Each week, members or attendees will have access to one-on-one mentoring with subject matter experts to advance ideas or grow their businesses. The Collide events will enhance the community's infrastructure, increasing partnerships between academia, industry, the startup ecosystem, and the arts, and others, prioritizing the participation and support of attendees from communities that can be underrepresented. We want to ensure that all of the community is included, and to develop a diverse and competitive STEAM or science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics workforce. Develop a diverse workforce and create opportunities for people from diverse backgrounds to connect, or as we like to say, collide. Collide's vision has been developed and built for the community by the community through a series of conversations with leaders in the areas of the arts, technology, entrepreneurship, science, culture, mentorship, education, and business to uncover the needs of their respective communities and opportunities for connections. Together, Collide will create an inclusive space for collisions of ideas and sharing of stories and experiences that lead to personal, professional, and communal growth. Collide will be a community-driven movement to unleash the potential of a thriving innovation ecosystem, firmly placing Phoenix as a national leader in innovation. And who will come and how will they get involved? Ambassadors will play a critical role in welcoming and connecting new and returning attendees, or members as we like to call them, to others based on interest and need, facilitating introductions that can make an impact. And Collide members are anyone and everyone who shows up repeatedly to learn, connect, and give back. Event topics, workshops, and mentorship sessions will offer attendees and members ways to get involved and learn from each other throughout the night. With multiple coinciding events with each gathering, there is opportunity for everyone to participate in conversations, share stories, and cross-pollinate ideas across different sectors of the greater community. Collide events hosts are sponsoring companies who can amplify their message or brand throughout the evening and also, share their innovations as well. And sponsors provide the essential ongoing financial support and contribute to the strategic growth and vision of Collide. Presenters will share their unique expertise and experience through workshops, coaching, facilitated conversations, and mentoring. And Collide volunteers go the extra mile to make the gatherings a success, playing a hands-on role throughout the evening's gatherings and inviting others in the community to join Collide. Collide is a welcoming space for anyone who wants to step outside their comfort zone, to meet new people and explore new ideas. Networking, product demonstrations, and music will also be regular features of the events.
Councilman Stark and members of the subcommittee, just wanted to interject here. This isn't just about biosciences innovators. This is about when I was at the St. Louis Venture Cafe, it was artists, it was community members, it was young students who were thinking about kicking off their own business. It was small business looking for venture funding. It was small business looking for assistance with their marketing plans and how to move forward. So I think that I just wanted to provide that input that this is not just about our biosciences and technology companies. This is about all of our early stage ideas that our citizens have, or just areas of interest that they have in listening to a particular presenter or a lecturer coming forward. So just wanted to add that piece in.
Thanks, Chris. And the benefits of Collide. In 2022, the goal is for residents to have access to 40 or more events. And we have the goal of having more than 6,000 community members participate in these events. These also serve to strengthen and grow our inclusive entrepreneurial ecosystem, providing access to talent, job opportunities, and workforce development, facilitate cross-sector collaborations. The weekly events will also elevate the visibility and activation of the Phoenix Biomedical Campus, and it also supports Phoenix's Bioscience Healthcare Strategic Initiative. And I think also, to build on what Chris was saying, that the Phoenix Biomedical Campus itself is located right next to our arts district on Roosevelt Row. And so we're really looking forward to inviting the arts community into the Phoenix Biomedical Campus, because there is so much great cross-pollination that can occur on the Phoenix Biomedical Campus with all sectors. And we hope to inspire students, high school students, to engage as well. So, and with that, Madam Chair, I'm going to turn it back over to Christine Mackey.
Councilman Stark, members of the subcommittee, staff is recommending a sponsorship request to move us into the Founder Circle. It would be $50,000 annually for a period of 3 years, renewable. It's a 1-year sponsorship and then renewable for 2 additional years. That would give us a seat on the Collide Leadership Council that would be the mayor or the mayor's designee. It would provide funding for the program director and event staff, help fund and put together more than 40 annual events, but it would recognize Phoenix in marketing and all of the outreach efforts, which, as you know, is so key as companies are considering where they're locating. It provides us weekly participation in the events and to really promote the innovation that's going on in Phoenix across all sectors, or new innovation that's trying to grow here in Phoenix. And as Claudia said, providing visibility and activation for our Phoenix Biomedical Campus. I know the last time that we took it out for its master plan, what we heard most commonly from the citizens who participated was they felt like they weren't welcome onto the campus. These programmatic this programmatic content would really make them feel welcome and invite them to be on the campus and part of what's going on. As I mentioned, this would be a yearly sponsorship for up to 3 years for $50,000. We are asking for the first year approval with 2 additional years approval should we have a good experience in the first year. Again, as with our bio initiative, there is no impact to the general fund. This would be funded out of our Biosciences Genomics Fund that comes off of activity on the PBC. Councilman Stark, members of the subcommittee, we do request that you move our item forward to become a Founder Circle sponsorship for Collide here in downtown Phoenix. And with that, we're happy to take any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Chris and Claudia. This is very exciting. Are there any questions or comments? Then may I have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it, and we note that the Madam Chair did not participate because of a potential conflict. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman Stark. Appreciate it. We move to item 8, acceptance of funds from Sons Legacy Properties. Before as we're transitioning at this moment, I do want to say that item 5 is continued for October. And I believe we had a public comment or a comment, and they are no longer on the phone.
Madam Chair, that is correct. Thank you. We have sent an email, and we'll follow up with the resident as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, Chairwoman Pastor and subcommittee members here at the table to talk about item number 8 as well as item number 9, one presentation. We have Alan Stevenson, who is our Planning and Development Director, and Michelle Dodds, who is our Historic Preservation Officer. And with that, I'll turn it over to Alan.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. These 2 items, as Ms. Spencer just noted, we have one PowerPoint, but at the conclusion of that, we'll be happy to answer any questions and then request separate approval on each of those items. I do want to thank Councilwoman Ansari for her help and leadership on this particular effort as we have worked to try and denote the importance of the Hotel St. James with some interpretive signage as that area was being redeveloped. And so the 2 items on the agenda are acceptance of funds from the Sons to help pay for that, as well as approval of downtown community reinvestment funds so that we can talk about and denote the historic importance of the Hotel St. James. The location is the southeast corner of Central and Madison, shown here in the red outline. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Dodds, who's going to walk us through the meat of the requests. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee. The Hotel St. James was constructed in 1929 at 17 East Madison. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1985. There were 2 failed attempts to list it on the Phoenix Register, but those were failed because of owner opposition. The Sons Legacy Properties acquired the site in 2007. In 2012, they requested demolition of the building, but with plans to repurpose the remaining front of the building. Then in May of this year, the Sons requested demolition of the remaining portion of the hotel, and they were subject to the 30-day demolition hold. As mitigation for the loss of the building, the Sons did agree to contribute $20,000 toward interpretive signage that will also incorporate salvage materials from the hotel and tell the story of the history of small hotels and other businesses catering to the working class in the area of the Hotel St. James. They also agreed to activate the parking lot by offering its use for activities such as food trucks and farmers markets when they don't have it programmed for something else. And also, we are here to get approval of up to $30,000 of community economic development funds to cover the remaining costs of the interpretive signage. Here you see a professional photographer who took photographs prior to the demolition of the hotel. The materials that were salvaged, you see here the metal material around the balcony, also some of the tiles, as well as the neon sign was removed. The demolition actually occurred on August 3rd. And you see here the bricks that were salvaged from the building. The concept for the interpretive display would use the shape of the hotel, and it would also incorporate salvaged materials. The interpretive text would talk about the hotel's historic development and its role in the proliferation of the downtown working class hotels in Phoenix during the early 20th century. The sign would also include a QR code that would direct users to a story map with additional information. The considerations will include the costs, the maintenance, location, and the durability of the sign. The Historic Preservation Commission, at their meeting on August 16th, did recommend approval to accept the $20,000 from the Sun's Legacy properties, as well as approval of up to $30,000 of Community and Economic Development Department funds. And that was, both of those were a vote of 6-0. And with that, I'll turn it back over to our director, Alan Stevenson.
Thank you, Michelle. Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, staff requests approval of the two items. The first one to accept $20,000 of funds from Sun's Legacy Properties, LLC, to help cover the development of the interpretive signage, and then also recommend approval up to $30,000 of the Community Economic Development funds for the interpretive signage related to Hotel St. James. And with that, we're happy to answer any questions.
Is there a motion? Sorry. Go ahead, Councilman Hana, sorry.
I motion to approve items, it's 7 and 8, or just 7 for this one?
I think it's 8 and 9.
8 and 9.
Chairwoman Pastor and Councilwoman Ansari, that would be item 8 and 9.
Okay, I move to approve items 8 and 9.
Second. Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Nays? It's so nice not to have nays. Motion carries. Sorry, I had to say that. Here now to call to the public. Do you have anything, any items, or anyone wanting to call to the public?
Madam Chair and subcommittee members, we do not have any callers from the public.
Okay, and then future agenda items. Does anybody have any future agenda items? No. No? All right, well, I'm calling the meeting. We are adjourned. Great meeting, fast. Bye-bye.
Viewed as soon as possible. Find more information at Phoenix.gov/rent help.
This is Phoenix in 1950.